All right, real quick before we take and get into the interview that I did with Miss Ashley's reviews, there's a couple spots in here where I actually take and bring up her channel, and you see me taking and going through her videos as for reference, for questions to ask her. So it was meant to take and actually be on another tab or another actual thing of Google Chrome outside of the way we're doing the interview. Fortunately, didn't work out like that. Uh, but please enjoy. It's a lovely time I had with her. She is absolutely just a beautiful soul. So, what is up, everybody? Welcome back, Eclectic Beard Reactions. Let's go around. We got Miss Ashley's review with us. How are you doing?
I'm finding yourself.
Oh, I tell you what, I'm glad I actually decided to do the call out and then take and reach out to folks because this has been fun. I actually interviewed Squirrel last night. You're the second one, and I've got Innocent American and after work reactions lined up. But I see so many different communities on YouTube who all take and kind of come together, and they're, oh yeah, you got three or four people, gaming or doing movie trailers or whatever, and they're doing live streams or doing collaborations together. I'm like, why don't we do something like that? We
I
all
think
exist in the
that's
same space, so
exactly. That was actually like a genius idea. It's definitely a dope idea because, like you said, we all in the same community. So, like, why not? Like there's really no competition between us, and we share the same supporters, and
yep,
they love us all.
exactly. And they come to all of us for completely different reasons. So there's no stepping on toes or nothing like that.
Exactly, and all of our commentary perspectives are different. They get to see it from each person's personality, different personalities. So I think
Hmm.
that's like pretty cool. But this was definitely a genius idea of you.
I appreciate that. It's something that I think I should have done quite a bit ago, or at least somebody should have. Now you've been on YouTube for a hot minute. Like before you even started doing reactions, you've been on YouTube for a hot minute because you started off. Your first video was actually a vlog at a bowling alley.
Nope.
Really? That's the first one that it shows on your channel. So, wow.
I
So,
know. I know. I started in 2009.
oh
I started
wow.
I started in 2009, and I was actually doing just like regular vlogs, and I was reviewing soap and stuff like that. And yeah, it was all the way back in 2009, 2010. And I honestly, like, I could have been so much further, like one of those big YouTubers, but life happens. And sometimes people get in the way of what you want to do and they bring you down. So I kind of like lost focus on that and was focusing on other things that I honestly didn't want to do. So now it's like, this is what I want to do. This is like my passion. Why should I put it on hold? Why not finally take the steps that I need to do? But a lot of people think that that was my first video, and it's not.
See, that's surprising because that's the first one that it shows, and I was like, wow, she's actually been on here for a minute. I was like, because it went from that, and then you've got like sneaker reviews, and you've got like clothing reviews and stuff like
Yeah.
that, and but then let's see, because I wrote it down. Your first reaction that I see was December of 2019. But I do have to ask you because you've got two videos on doing the school bus CDL test and stuff. Like so you got a CDL to take and drive a school bus.
Yes, I do. I'm a school bus driver.
Oh, that is awesome. See, I have to give you props because I've got four kids and I love kids. I'm not. I don't know if I could drive around with everybody else's screaming youngins because I can't take a flip flop off and be like, stop it. you know.
You know what? Honestly, it's really not like that. I think it all depends on the person that's driving because I'm more or less like relatable to the kids and we have a good old time. We have a grand old time. And I used to actually go live in the mornings at 6 o'clock in the morning. I have all my videos privated, but I used to go live in the morning. And a lot of people used to love my lives. I used to go live with the kids on the bus. We used to sing, we used to dance, and I would show my supporters around the neighborhood of where I was going, the school and stuff like that. So yeah, I used to go live a lot. I used to go live a lot and
That's
show
pretty.
them what I do.
That's pretty cool that you actually did that. Because you don't see people. You see people go live, and normally it's before they go to work, or it's like when they're at a lunch break or something like that. But to take and actually have this school bus of kids with you and just kind of shut, like that's pretty freaking cool that you did that. Because I'm sure
Yeah.
the kids enjoyed it as much as you and the people that were watching enjoyed that.
I actually have like a couple of videos of us like just partying on the bus and having a great. When I tell you, I wish I can upload. I was try to upload it one day, but it's kind of like blurry. I think because I recorded it through Snapchat, so it's not as clear. But yeah, we would have a grand old time, sing happy birthdays to whoever birthday it was in the morning. Christmas was fun. Halloween was fun. I would get dressed up. We all get dressed up. It was just it's awesome. But I don't drive the school buses anymore. I just recently quit.
Oh, nice, nice. I know
Yeah.
it's probably a bittersweet moment because it sounds like something you enjoyed. It sounds like you're a bomb ass bus driver. Just saying, because most kids, man, dang, I gotta get on the bus. Sounds like your kids probably look forward to getting on your school bus.
I know they probably miss me, but the hours were cut and I just kind of felt like it's really not worth it, you
Yeah.
know? Even though I love driving in general, like outside of driving the buses, I drive everywhere I go. I'm like the go-to person to drive. You want to go to Jersey, Alabama, Georgia, let's go. We ride it.
Awesome, awesome. Which that was gonna bring me the other question is where are you located? You sound like you're in New York.
I am.
That's okay. I'm not gonna ask for specifics because we got crazy people on the internet. Just saying. You're like, oh, she's there. I'm gonna go find her. We can't be having stuff like that. So, because then I'd get blamed for it, and I'd feel bad, and yeah, we can't be doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
Got to keep you safe. So you started doing your first reaction 2019. Now, what made you want to transition from taking and doing the style of videos that you were doing at the time to actually looking at? Because I noticed a lot of your reactions, especially early on, is a lot of music. Now you've got quite a bit of stuff you've reacted to, history and culture and stuff like that.
Mhm.
It seems like your early stuff is a lot of music. What led you from changing to what you were doing to, I mean, like, you know what? Because I think everybody kind of hits that point sometimes when they start reacting is, all right, well, let me try this out because so what made you want to do that? Well, let me try this out.
Actually, one of my supporters, I forget, I don't know if it was Dimash or it might, I really don't remember who was the first person that I reacted to, but I know that one of my supporters made the suggestion and was like, I think that you should check this out. You should do this. Now, I didn't know anything about reacting, honestly. The way that I was doing it, it was like kind of like weird because I didn't know anything about it. And they was like, I want to see you have like, because like I said, I was doing lives in the morning. And someone said that I think your personality would be great if did this. And I was like, okay, I'm going to give it a shot. But I waited months. Because I wasn't quite sure.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? That's really like not my niche. And I don't know if people, how like you doubt yourself sometimes. And so I was basically getting in the way of my own self. So I contemplated, talked about it to myself. And then I was like, you know what? Let me just give it a shot. and I actually liked it.
Well, I was gonna say whoever put you onto that, especially with your personality, you've got a magnetic personality. Like that's the first thing that jumps off whenever you take and actually watch one of your videos. Straight from the jump, your personality. You've got a beautiful personality. So they were spot on with that. Like, just you seem so very nice and outgoing, and it's like you've got to have. That's one of the personalities you got to have. I think that really make any kind of connection with people that are viewing your videos whenever you do reactions. So they definitely hit on that one for sure.
Thank you. But I wasn't quite sure because, somebody might see something in you, but that doesn't mean that everybody else necessarily like you. So that was like my whole thing. But I was like, you know what do I have to lose? Why not? And then I seen that people liked my personality. So I said, okay, let's see how this works out.
Like it's doing pretty good for you.
Yeah.
Made the right choice on that one. I've noticed you're kind of like I could have done whenever I started taking and doing reactions. Like a lot of the music that you reacted to was actually from artists outside of the U.S. So
Mm-hmm.
it's fairly recent for both of us to kind of, and it's not even all the time for you still with the American reacts to different things because but you could have, like, even with a lot of your music reactions, it could have been American reacts to or hearing for the first time to kind of get that little bit of, oh crap. It's an American and not somebody from my country hearing that.
Yeah.
Um, what's your favorite reaction you've done so far as the music is concerned?
As far as I don't have a favorite. Well, no, that's gonna be hard. I don't have a no. Nope. I can't say no because I love music and I'm the type of person that I will listen to a specific artist for like a whole month straight until I get like
Tired of them?
tired. Yes, that's the type of person I am, and my kids hate it. They hate it because when they get in the car with me, they be like, "Oh, ma, come on! Are you gonna listen to this song again? We know this song." So honestly, I really can't say because it all depends on like my mood and yeah. Because if I react to someone, usually 9 times out of 10, as far as like the music, I will listen to, if I hear it the first time and I like really really like it, I'm gonna like listen to their music all the time. Now when I left off, Agnes Mo was, still is, she was my favorite and I would listen to her all the time. And so when I left off, Agnes Mo was definitely like my favorite. I was extremely biased when it
Well,
came to Agnes Mo.
it's kind of like me with Mike Righteous. Like I've reacted to I don't know how many Mike Righteous songs, and he's my favorite to react to just because he's one of those artists. He wears his heart on his sleeve, and it comes through in the way
Yeah.
he presents his music. Um, now, do you have more? Because I think this is ubiquitous to all reactors, going from music, and it doesn't matter if you look at culture. Um, what do you get a higher percentage of, like copyright claims, or even I'm sure you probably had blocks. Do you get more of? Do you get a higher percentage of that on your music reactions, or on on the cultural stuff, or like the comedy stuff from like the UK or different countries that you've looked at?
The music was the worst. I actually, I think, yeah, I got a strike before. And so I was like, you know what? I'm staying away from the music. You know, I'm staying away from the music.
I was gonna
So
say you can tell that there's a clear delineation between the music to where you started looking at like NASCAR and like, which I was like, I don't even look at NASCAR. Like I live in the South and don't want to look at NASCAR, so I give you props on that one.
I tried it and then I started running into the same issue. And the thing about with me is like once I start to once something starts to become consistent as far as knocking me down,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want any parts of it anymore.
No.
It doesn't help. It's kind of like a Debbie Downer in a way. You know, it brings your confidence down, and it's like, dag, I put all this energy into reacting to this video and it gets blocked. And then you try to find different ways to release the video, but there's no way that you can release it on YouTube because regardless of what, it's going to get blocked. Yeah, so that's why I stayed away from NASCAR. I was like, okay, I gave this a shot. And I really liked NASCAR. It was kind of cool, you know, like the adrenaline rush just from seeing the drivers just drive fast. And I like to drive. So it was kind of like I can really, really relate to it. You know, I might not be like driving all fast and stuff, but I like to drive, you know, and I've seen NASCAR come on Sundays. And I've never really, you know how you see something, but you never really paid attention to it until, you know, like later on, once again, support is like, you know, you should check this out. So I was like, all right, want to check it out. And I'm like, okay, I like it. This is dope. Learning about different rules and regulations and stuff like that, and how fast they can go and what they can't do and what they can do. I found it very interesting, but once I started getting blocked, I'm like, okay, no, this not gonna work.
Yeah, I think that's one of the most aggravating parts of being a reactor is getting that stuff that's blocked. And even if you dispute it, people are like, oh yeah, dispute it. I'm like, that doesn't mean that it's going to get released where I can actually take and that you can see it, even if they keep a copyright claim on it. But I did notice you can see that clear delineation from where you went from doing the music to like the cultural type stuff and to like the NASCAR and looking at sports and stuff like that. What's been the biggest change going from the music to looking at different material for your reactions?
What do you mean as far as the biggest change?
Like, because with music, a lot of times, I know for me personally, especially when I was reacting to grime and stuff like that, you hit on certain lyrics that you like, you hit on certain lines and stuff like that. You take and hit on different parts of a song and even like composition and the way maybe a video is taken and presented that might take, prove the song's point even further. And whenever you take and start going and looking at, cultural type things or comedy and stuff like that, it's a little bit different because you don't have the certain aspects to pick out like that. Then you've got different either historical facts or you've got these different jokes that'll hit you this way. So it is a little bit of a change in that way.
It is.
You have to take and kind of shift that mindset because you're no longer looking for that lyrical breakdown that you could do or that one note that's like, oh my God, that is so beautiful. So that's why I was asking, what's been the biggest change from doing basically the music to whether it be cultural, whether it be like comedy, or whether it be like your sports and stuff like that.
I'm going to say catching on to certain things because certain things you miss in a video as far as like when it comes to like history or comedy, because with music videos are sometimes like 3 to 5 minutes long the most. Between some of them are 2 to 5 minutes the most. And then when even though we do comedy now or different things, it's like you have to catch it. And sometimes we don't. I know I don't catch everything all the time. I know they be like, you missed that. I'll be like, dang.
Or you get those comments, how'd you miss that line? I'm like, because I was laughing from the one three lines ago. What? Here, you start a channel and you try it. Tell me how much you miss. All right.
I know that's right. I know that's right. Then oh my gosh, don't let it come to history. Jeez. They want you to remember everything. I be like.
Well, it's funny because the video I put out today was the British crusade against slavery. Right. But the way I took and did my normal reaction, but I also storyboarded a skit that took and brought to like somebody who's skeptical of like, wait a minute. So they took an end to slavery, but weren't they one of the biggest, that doubting aspect? And you got somebody go, man, just shut up and watch the video, and give it a different viewpoint at the same time. And I added that to it. not quite sure it's being received the way I was wanting it to, but you know, you got to try something every so often to kind of add some flavor. You know what I'm saying? I tried
Yeah.
doing. I'm not sure it's quite hitting the mark the way I was wanting it to, but yeah, it's. And if you have a different, and the other thing is too, and I'm sure you found this out. Like if you hear something, you're watching historically, you're like, wait a minute, that still doesn't sound right. People are like, "Rrr," and it's like,
Yeah.
whoa, I wasn't
Yeah.
saying the wrong. I'm just saying, ooh, calm down.
Like I did a video, I think it was recently, Germany versus the UK, 10 biggest differences. So I have a habit of saying in my videos, if I, like sometimes you just talk out loud and you don't realize that you talk out loud, because I do that all the time in regular life. So I'm just being myself,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and they, say, oh, Germany is, bigger than the UK. Now, me not realizing that I'm talking out loud, and I'm like, I never realized that Germany was bigger than the UK. And then after I did it, and then everybody like, and then I thought about it, and I'm like, why did I say that? It was just something I was supposed to say under my breath. Because you know how like sometimes
Yeah.
it's a real reaction. So it's like, it's not going to be
It's funny.
fake.
Everybody wants genuine reactions, or whenever you do stuff that, and you're not even thinking about it, and it's part of a genuine reaction. They're like, you get crucified for it sometimes. It's like, well, you can't win them all. Like,
Yes. Like, how you not know that? I'm like, geez, calm down. It's a real reaction. God.
yeah, and not everybody's educated the same. Have you looked at the U.S. education system? I'm just pointing that one out.
Exactly.
Like we're 50th, or we're 50th in the world at one point in time. I think we're like in 20s now, but still, there's 20 countries ahead of us. So give us a break a little bit. We don't learn everything. Sorry.
And they don't teach everything for you to really store it and to remember it for long term.
No,
You know
they
what I
don't.
mean?
No, they
So
teach
like,
you to remember just for that moment, for that next test
exactly.
that's coming up.
Exactly. And they basically like rush through things, because they do that now with the kids.
Mm-hmm.
They rush through stuff like this, like that, and I'm like, how is a human supposed to really store this in for years to come?
And it's small snippets of stuff now. Because I remember when I was in school, we got taught a little bit more in depth with the history and stuff like that. Now looking at history books and stuff like that the kids are sent home with, it's like, well, wait a minute, they missed this, and this. And there's stuff that you're going to forget. I'm 38 years old. There's stuff that you're going to forget. So, I mean, it's like people
Yeah.
forget that might have some age. You might have learned something and forgot it. But again, we put ourselves out there, so we're expected to know stuff.
Exactly. And people will crucify you. Lord have mercy. They will
Yes.
crucify you if you don't remember the right stuff. I'm like, Jesus. I wish I had your brain.
All right. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but in my 20s, I did all kinds of alcohol, so I might have some memory loss. Just saying. So, hell, I forgot what else I was going to ask. This is because this has been.
Anything.
So now this is one thing I do want to know, because we operate within the same space. We've all got to take a deal with like copyright stuff, and you look at my channel, you can take and kind of see the same thing, where you're just delineation mark between. Cause I went from doing music reactions to I actually added gaming to my stuff before I just started. I thought I was gonna have to take and do gaming for a while, because my music reactions were either getting blocked, copyright claim. Seems like it happens less and less. At this point, it happens a little bit less than what it used to. But do you see going forward anything, maybe a tightening of the copyright and the way they take and actually enforce it on YouTube? Or do you see maybe a loosening depending on what you're reacting to? Because I don't know if you've noticed, like, No Life Shack, I don't know how he gets away with it. But that fella, he reacts to anything he wants to,
I don't
and
know
he's
who
awesome.
that is.
Oh, no Life Shack has, like, I think 3 million subscribers. He's like one of the biggest ones. And then you've got Arctic Kicks. And they're actually two of the reasons why I actually started doing reactions. But Arctic Kicks used to do nothing but music reactions. Now he does like TikTok and scary story reactions. Do you see maybe YouTube taking and tightening down in the future, or maybe staying the course so that way? Because I know if they tighten down again, I'm gonna wind up having to take and shift maybe a little bit this way or that way. Um, and if so, what way would you take and try to shift to take and actually keep it to where you're doing what you're doing?
Honestly, I think it'll depend. I think it depends on what you react to. And I know some YouTubers, what is it called? Is it the MCM or something like that? Is it that's
Mm-hmm.
what they call?
The
Some
yeah.
some of them have that where they can react or do. You have to keep in mind with that as well. Like I know about that because a friend of mine, he doesn't even do reactions. He's just he's in because I love battle rap. So he, does like battle rap and stuff like that. And he's actually signed to one. So he can use clips from different various leagues and stuff like that because of the MCM. They actually help with that.
Oh wow.
So yeah. But they get a percentage of what you make.
Yeah, that would be a nice little downside of that. But yet, and see, I think there's a couple of reactors that are in league with stuff like that, or at least have an agreement with some labels or something, just because of
Mm-hmm.
how they're able to take and react to stuff. Whereas I tried reacting to Luke Combs. He covered Tracy Chapman Fast Cars Strike. So, but it's a cover. What? Why am I getting a strike on some other?
Yeah.
I was like, to heck with it. That's when I started kind of, let me veer over this way a little bit. Let me, dig into what I've been doing and maybe see a different way I can go in that same vein. But um, where do you now? I one thing I don't know, because like I just found you recently here in the last probably about 2 months. Now, did your channel take an experience of like a boost of subscribers all of a sudden, or was it a nice gradual, just kind of keeping up with the content that you're putting out, as far as like the subscribers and views and stuff like that that you get?
I want to say gradually is nothing crazy. I done seen some people. We've basically been at the same level,
Mm-hmm.
and then boom, they pass me. But and sometimes that can be discouraging. I'm not gonna lie. But sometimes you have to just be open minded, and I have to realize, like, whenever it's my time, you know?
Oh yeah, and see it's and the reason why I asked that is because me personally, I took and went from 1.3 to like it was like 10 or 15,000 in 1 month, and I was like, what the fuck is?
What?
Yeah, I was like, what is going on here? This is
That's kind
crazy.
of like low key viral. Like low key,
Yeah,
that is.
that was one of those things where I was like, holy crap, what in the world just happened? But I'd started digging into the cultural aspect of the UK, and like, because I noticed you looked at the cheese rolling competition, you were like, oh my god, these people are so crazy, and I was like, yep, that's about a perfect explanation of that. That probably a little drunk to go along with it, but I started looking at stuff like that, and like the flaming tar barrels and the shrub tide football and stuff like that, and along with comedians and accents and stuff like that. It just kind of, I was like, holy crap. So you've actually
Yeah.
been able to take, and as your channel scales, you've been able to take and keep up pretty nicely with the amount of comments, amount of likes, and everything else, the attention that you get with it scaling like that.
I don't think so. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be honest with you. I think my channel sucks. And it might just be because I'm hard on myself.
Yeah, no, your channel don't suck. Like,
I honestly think that. And I'm just being honest because that's just how I am. Like today, I'm not going to lie. I was, before this interview, I was like feeling really, really down because I did my Catherine Tate. I love Catherine Tate. I love the Nan character. I love the Derek character. It's just like Those are my two favorite characters so far by Catherine Tate. And I reacted to Nan going to anger management. And I had a great time reacting to it. And I can't put it out.
Oh, that sucks.
And then I tried to put it on Daily Motion and it just wouldn't let me upload it. And I'm just like, I'm trying to figure out how can I finesse it. And it's just like I'm holding on to this video and I just don't want it to just sit there.
Let me ask you a question. Are you monetized?
I am.
Do you have the option for memberships on your channel? Like, do you have the option where you could actually take and make membership levels for your channel?
Yes.
If you don't have one, I'd recommend starting a Discord and tying it to the channel and give people the option to take and join. Like, you do 3 like small tier levels or whatever, but make sure that they're able to take and join that Discord on any of the levels, and any video that gets blocked, take and put it on a Discord channel. That's what I do.
Okay, I actually
Because
have
that's so it's so frustrating to have something that you enjoyed taking and actually reacting to, and it's something that's been heavily requested, or even if it wasn't heavily requested, you just enjoyed doing it. And you enjoyed the actual reaction that you think is one of the better reactions maybe that you've done, and you can't put it like that's. I know where you're coming from. That's so disheartening because it's like, well, damn, now I got something I can't do anything with. So I'd highly recommend. So even if it's even if it's over time that people take and join, because I'm pretty sure you're going to have people that once you're like, hey, I've got memberships, you join, you see block videos. I take and upload my stuff to my Google Drive. I take and wait until it gets uploaded. I take and right click, share link. I make sure it's unrestricted so people that I share it with can watch it, and then I post it into Discord. And you can do that with that way or Dropbox or something like that. And it'd be a way that you could still, and it might not be as many people as would normally see it, but it'd be a way, especially as an enticement for anybody to take and join your membership or whatever. That'd be something they could at least enjoy it. So that way you don't feel like you've got an empty reaction that's just sitting there.
Yeah.
So
I'm not gonna lie, I was like so down today. I was like, oh my gosh. And I was like, I was working on it since last night. And then I think maybe like around 12 o'clock, I said, you know what? I need to go to sleep. I'm going to try at it again tomorrow. And this morning came. Nope.
man,
So
I hate that for you because that's so frustrating. It is.
exactly. And then it kind of like messes up your mood for another video.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, you know what, there's no way I'm going to be able to put another video out today. Well, maybe after this interview, probably, maybe, I don't know, but I might go back and look at that blocked and just be like, you know what, I'll try again tomorrow.
There you go. I don't know if you dispute any of this stuff, but try disputing and be like, hey, look, it falls under fair use. I had critique or commentary or whatever to it, and sometimes that's if I dispute, it doesn't always happen because
Yeah.
some of these companies, BBC especially, they can be
Woo,
buttholes depending on
listen,
what it is.
BBC,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's up with them, but yeah, they blocked it.
Well,
And then I cut out the part that they said needed to be blocked. I didn't do it on YouTube. I just went, did it
mm-hmm.
in iMovie, cut out the part. Okay, so they said this part needs to be blocked. So I cut out that part, explained, had like a little video explaining that, it was blocked. A part of the video was blocked and tried to put that up. Nope. Same thing.
And oh yeah, I'd be fit to be tied on something like that. I'd be like, y'all buttholes.
I
That's
know, right?
my goodness. So let me ask you, you got any kids?
I do.
How many kids you got?
I actually have 4.
Really?
Mhm.
We're in the. I've got all girls. 4 of them. Yeah, oldest is 17, youngest is 7. So
We know who run your house.
yeah, not me. Yeah, you got to be the man of the house. I'm like, I've got more estrogen rolling through this house than. Be quiet. Go on. It's like, Daddy, I need this. How much money is it going to cost?
Yes, I only have one girl. She's a hot mess.
I think all girls are. It from about the age of like 6 to like 13, they're a hot mess, and then that hot mess goes to straight into attitude. It's weird how it works out like that. But it's like, oh my god. So, um, so where do you see your channel being in a year from now?
Ooh, well, you know what? I'm glad you asked me that because honestly, I'm going to create another channel because I'm so I love everything. I don't know. I'm just into everything. And I really don't want this channel to be cluttered and like all over the place. So I'm hoping this channel, you know what? Honestly, I'm not even going to put myself out there like that. Wherever I am is wherever I am. But I really want to start another channel because there's a lot of things that I'm interested in outside of just like doing reactions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So maybe just like vlogging, morning routines, you know?
It sounds like you like the fact that YouTube is an outlet for more than just one thing. You like the creation process in and of itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, I think that's about it. Now, I do want to ask this in the future. If I'm able to take and get maybe 2 or 3 more people with us, would you be willing to take and do like a roundtable live stream with a couple of different reactors? We all kind of just talk to ourselves and to the people that watch, and maybe take and do maybe reaction to each other's videos, and maybe just take and talk about some of the stuff that we take and go through, and some of the things that we see and stuff like that.
Sure, I don't mind. I think that'd be cool.
I think so.
And I think, you know what? Our supporters would love it. They would.
And that's the main thing, is the fact that if they love it, I'm definitely down for doing it. And I think a lot of our supporters would definitely be down for something like that.
Yeah, I think, you know what? You know what I think would be cool? If we can do that, like, oh, well, some of our supporters, the time difference. Because I was thinking, like, maybe we can do it where we all are like sipping a little something, you know,
Yeah, have a little Mai Tai or something like
yes.
that. Yeah.
I think that would be like so cool. But I guess it all depends on, because our time and their time is,
Yeah, they're 5 hours ahead of us.
Yeah,
so
that's the part that sucks.
well, normally I try to take, and even for like my uploads, like 11 o'clock in the morning, usually like 11 o'clock in the morning or 12 o'clock, after, like right at noontime, about the time everybody's starting to get off work over there, so they're more inclined to take and watch whatever you're doing. So we might have to take and get up together, and few of us take and do a live stream together, and shoot the shit, take and talk with the chat, maybe bag on each other's videos, our first reaction videos or something like that. Like, yep, you can tell you were nervous, stuff like that. Because I think,
Yeah.
Just kind of to break the ice between all of us. And as I'm editing this, towards the end of the interview, I realized, because I've got my headphones on, I don't hear anything outside of basically what I'm hearing inside the headphones. And I didn't realize that towards the end of me and Ashley's review interview, there's a whole lot of like background noises coming in from outside. I don't know if one of my neighbors was doing some kind of like yard work or something, but it definitely comes through, and I apologize for that, because that's one of the things I tried adjusting my volume level. When I did Squirrel's interview, me and him did it 10 o'clock at night. Me and her, we did ours at 11 o'clock, 11:30 yesterday morning Eastern time. So yeah, people unfortunately were out and about, and I hate that so much come through, but I hope you see the interview and enjoy it for the interaction that me and her were both able to have with each other, the questions that were asked, answers that were given, and just the overall friendly talk that we had with each other. Because I sure enjoyed it. So um, I've enjoyed this. Thank you so much for agreeing to do this.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm not going to lie, I was kind of nervous. Woo! I'm not nervous anymore.
Well,
And you actually made me feel better because I was feeling down. So,
well, I tell you what, I know it's a struggle, and I know a lot of times, especially with the stuff that we have to contend with doing reactions, it's easy to take and feel down because something didn't quite go the way we're supposed to, or you even take and get like a down week or two or three as far as views or even subs and how they come in and stuff like that. Don't worry about that because your personality is what shines through. Your genuineness is what shines through. So you might take and have that down period. Don't let it get you down. Keep on going. Keep your head up because people are going to take and the right people are going to come through again, and they're going to take and see, oh crap, she's got an awesome personality, and they're going to stick to you like glue, and that's what matters.
yeah, you're right.
So,
Thank you. Thank you so much for that advice. I do appreciate it.
uh, I greatly appreciate this. Hopefully, everybody that watches, if you're not subscribed to her, please go subscribe to her. Y'all be good to each other. Love yourselves. Peace.